Welcome back to the Jade Dragon Podcast, where we explore the depths of Chinese philosophy, Qigong, herbal medicine, and Taoism, and how they can help shape our modern lives. I'm your host, David Lloyd, and today we're diving into a core concept of Taoism, simplicity or Pu. In this episode, we'll break down the traditional Taoist view of simplicity, examine the deeper meanings embedded in the written character itself, and discuss how we can apply this timeless wisdom to our daily lives. Simplicity is central to Taoism. It represents the idea of returning to our original, uncarved state, our natural, untainted self, before we are shaped by the complexities of society, expectations, and desires. The Tao Te Ching speaks frequently about simplicity as the ideal state of being, symbolizing a return to one's innate nature. The concept of simplicity in Taoism doesn't mean a rejection of all things material or abandoning the world, but rather it signifies an unpretentious, uncluttered approach to life. Chapter 19 of the Tao Te Ching urges us to discard wisdom and abandon knowledge, calling for a return to simplicity as the natural state. This doesn't suggest that wisdom and knowledge are negative, but it challenges the artificial sophistication that distances us from our innate being. Simplicity is not about the absence of intellect, but about harmonizing intellect with a natural, authentic existence. The written Chinese character for simplicity is a metaphor for an uncarved block of wood, one that hasn't been shaped by human hands or influenced by external forces. In the Tao Te Ching, this represents purity and potential. When we carve the block, we limit its possibilities. In the same way, when we impose too many artificial constructs on ourselves, whether they are societal, mental, or emotional, we lose our true nature. In Daoist practice, simplicity is about returning to the basics, to what is essential. This is why Daoists often emphasize non-action, or wu wei, the art of living in harmony with the Tao by following the path of least resistance. It is about letting go of excess, allowing life to unfold without the need to control or shape it. Now let's take a moment to break down the written Chinese character for simplicity. Understanding the structure of the Chinese character reveals layers of meaning that help us grasp its depth. The character is composed of two parts. The primary radical means wood or tree. This points directly to the idea of an uncarved block of wood, symbolizing raw potential and natural form. In the Daoist sense, this wood is unshaped and unmodified, retaining its essential nature. It is simple, unadorned, and full of possibilities. The secondary component of the character provides further meaning. It refers not just to any wood, but to wood that has not been carved into anything specific. It remains untouched by human influence, representing the simplicity and purity of our original state. This idea contrasts sharply with the notion of something overly refined or complicated. Taoist philosophers saw the world through a lens of simplicity, recognizing that too much refinement can lead to complexity, which in turn leads to confusion and disorder. When we strive to strip away unnecessary layers, we come closer to our natural state, which is harmonious and connected to the Tao. The principle of simplicity can be deeply transformative when applied to our modern lives, which are often cluttered with material possessions, excessive information, and overwhelming distractions. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, many people find themselves chasing after too many things, whether it's success, recognition, or material wealth. And in doing so, they lose sight of their true essence. So how do we practice simplicity in daily life? 1. Declutter your mind. One of the core aspects of simplicity in following the Tao is mental clarity. Our minds are often filled with unnecessary thoughts, worries, and anxieties. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, and Wu Wei, we can clear away the mental clutter. This allows us to respond to life's challenges naturally without the interference of overthinking or overanalyzing. As the Tao Te Ching reminds us, the Tao never does, yet through it, all things are done. 2. Simplify your surroundings. The external environment plays a significant role in how we feel internally. Minimalism, in many ways, mirrors teachings of the Tao. By simplifying your surroundings, whether it's decluttering your home or reducing distractions in your workspace, you create a space that promotes tranquility and focus. This is about letting go of things that do not serve your true purpose. 3. Simplify your actions. Just as we can declutter our minds and surroundings, we can also simplify our actions. In following the Tao, this often ties back to the concept of non-action. This doesn't mean inaction, but rather the art of doing things in the simplest and most efficient way possible. Think of it as the flow state in modern terms. When we act in alignment with our natural rhythm, everything becomes easier, more efficient, and more harmonious. 4. Return to nature. One of the simplest ways to reconnect with the Tao is to spend time in nature. Nature embodies simplicity. It operates without effort, and everything in it fulfills its purpose without striving. Whether it's taking a walk in the forest, meditating by a stream, or simply sitting under a tree, returning to nature can remind us of the beauty and wisdom in simplicity. As we wrap up today's episode, I invite you to reflect on how you can integrate the Taoist concept of simplicity into your life. Whether it's decluttering your mind, simplifying your actions, or reconnecting with nature, remember that simplicity is about returning to your original, uncarved state. It's about shedding the layers that society and ego have placed upon you and rediscovering your true essence. Thank you for joining me on the Jade Dragon Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please take a moment to visit my blog at jadedragon.online for more in-depth articles and insights into traditional philosophy, Qigong, and traditional Chinese medicine. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with anyone who may benefit from exploring these timeless teachings. Until next time, stay grounded, stay simple, and follow the Tao.